If the Mariana Trench goes so far down, close to the Earth's core, why isn't the bottom of the ocean boiling if it's that far down?
The Mariana Trench, Earth's final frontier. Here in the crushing depths where no sunlight dares to reach, evolution has birthed nightmares. Razor-sharp teeth, bioluminescent lures, and alien-like forms lurk in the shadows below. Brace yourself because what you're about to witness will haunt your dreams. The glowing jellyfish. Okay, we've all seen or at least heard of a jellyfish before. Some of you may have even been stung by one. I've been there, and believe me, it's not pleasant. And no, that trick doesn't work. Don't even try it. There's one jellyfish you never want to bump into, and that, my friends, is the glowing jellyfish. This one's definitely not your average run-of-the-mill kind of jellyfish. In 2016, scientists were surveying the waters near the Mariana Trench when they saw what looked like a glowing flying saucer. Something about this creature looked alien, and it caught the eyes of experts. But as it turns out, it was not an alien, it was just this new, undiscovered jellyfish splayed out with its tentacles ready to sting unsuspecting prey. I personally think that it's an alien, but we'll talk about that later. Inside the bell of this jelly, you can see some bright yellow bulb-like lights and some bright red markings as well. Again, makes me think that it's an alien when there's a light inside of it. The jelly also has two kinds of tentacles, one short and one long. Bealive fish. Okay, this guy is a very, very weird looking fish, and that says a lot when we're talking about the deepest part on Earth. The Bealive fish is also known as a spookfish, rightfully so, and they of course get their name due to their appearance. The fish are relatively small and best known for their extremely unusual transparent fluid-filled heads. Yeah, they have transparent fluid-filled heads. That's an alien. Sounds like an alien if you ask me. When these fish were first discovered, there were so many questions surrounding them, obviously, and at first scientists thought that their eyes were fixed in one spot, but after further research, it was determined that they are able to rotate both up and forward. Yeah, a fish that can look at you like with its eyes can come out of its head. That's terrifying. The fish is usually found motionless, hanging out in depths of around 600 to 800 meters, or 2,000 to 2,600 feet in the ocean. This fish has been known for quite some time, with the first discovery coming all the way from 1939, but it wasn't until 2004 that a photographer got an actual photo of a live one. Now finally the world can see just how unique these guys really are. And by unique, I mean disgusting and terrifying to look at. There also used to be many drawings of these fish, but never with their transparent head because of the fact that it gets destroyed as soon as the fish is brought up from the depths. So not that I think anyone's gonna go diving in the Mariana Trench soon, but if you do, try not to bring these guys up from their home because they're happy down there with their heads fully intact. Imagine that. Don't go in the ocean or else your head will just explode. Okay, no problem. Say no more. Ghostfish. Okay, well of course I had to include a deep sea ghostly creature. Why not? This one is super cool. This little ghostfish was caught on camera in 2016 as it was casually swimming along a ridge around 8,200 feet deep in the ocean. Now the fish itself is around 10 centimeters long and has translucent, scaleless skin and the creepiest, colorless eyes I've ever seen on any animal. Here's the craziest thing about this whole ordeal though. It was the first time that a live fish from its family has ever been seen before. Ever. This little fish swimming along, minding its own business, has absolutely no idea that he was a huge discovery for the human scientists back up there. There's still so much that is left a mystery about these fish, but any kind of new discovery is always a step in the right direction, despite how terrifying it may be to look at. The owlfish. These creepy looking guys are often referred to as stout black smelt, as they are species of deep sea smelt, but their owlfish name comes from their extremely large eyes in relation to their body size. This fish does look the most alien. The eyes alone make me never want to swim in the ocean ever again. Even lakes, why not? I'm never swimming in anything again. You got me. These eyes are able to capture even the faintest glimmer of light, which isn't the most common occurrence in the deep, dark depths of the Mariana Trench, but this is what helps them spot and capture their prey, which are usually small crustaceans and jellies. What might seem friendly at first glance, or friendly-ish, it turns out they pack quite the punch. Here's a clip of one fighting a black-eyed squid. And no, the squid didn't get the black eye from the fight. He came that way. Anglerfish. If you've seen Finding Nemo, you might recognize this one big time. This guy scared the life out of me when I was a kid, but it turns out they're even scarier in real life. This bony fish is known for its luminescent horn that is used to lure other fish as prey. It's like a disco ball, it attracts everything. If I was swimming down there, I would go check that out, that's for sure. There are different kinds of anglerfish, but those who live in the deep sea are referred to as sea devils, which truly feels fitting when you look at that face. The females are much larger than the males and can reach up to almost 4 feet, while males can only reach up to 5 inches. But these little sea devils are able to eat prey on the same size as itself. That's crazy. I couldn't eat a 6-foot anything. Maybe a 6-foot sub, but we'll talk about that later. That's way too much food. Luckily, most anglerfish remain so deep in the ocean that they're not a threat to humans. Love to hear that, there's some good news. And even if they did live near the surface, most humans would just be too big for them to even try and attack. It sure doesn't mean that they aren't crazy to look at though. And just to add some more about how strange these guys are, these fish reproduce when the male fuses into the female and lives off her resources until it can produce sperm. Yeah, talk about clingy. And last but not least, arrow-tooth eels. The arrow-tooth eel that resides in the Mariana Trench are a species that of course is not well known, due to living in the middle of the earth. Now these eels range somewhere between 23 to 160 centimeters in length. They're bottom-dwelling fish and can be found in the waters around 3,700 meters, and they're different from other eels in their early stages because of their telescopic eyes during the larva stage. Yeah, you heard me, telescopic eyes. How alien is that? These guys like to feed on the scraps left over from another larger fish meal as well as invertebrates, but they've also been known to be partly parasitic as they sometimes burrow into the flesh of other fish. What's with all these fish becoming attached to other fish? Why can't you just be alone and stable and do your own fishy thing? Why do you have to involve others in your little life quest? Ugh, so creepy. Imagine something going in your skin. I'm out, no, we're good. Here's a clip of one swimming past a camera that's located at around 11,000 meters deep. Check it out.
Like in 2022, footage was shared of the bottom of the Mariana Trench that showed a huge shark swimming around, which many are claiming is a megalodon. Some believe this footage, which has emerged after being filmed in 2018, is proof that the sharks are not extinct. Now the footage shows a shark swimming over what appears to be an abandoned shark cage. Then, as the camera jolts upwards, the beast's terrifying white eyes are clearly observed. An estimate of the shark's size was made based on the dimensions of the cage, and the footage was reportedly shot by Japanese marine biologists. It was apparently filmed a mile down beyond the reach of sunlight in the Mariana Trench, the deepest part of our world's oceans. Now one person commented on the video, "Our oceans are huge and there are vast areas that are still unexplored. I wouldn't be surprised if there are megs still out there." But others say this creature is simply a common sleeper shark, which can survive at least 2,000 meters beneath the surface. But it makes sense to me that this beast would be way down there though, and regardless if it is the meg or not, that shark is huge and terrifying.
Would you ever swim in the Mariana Trench? Would you ever swim in a lake after watching this video? Comment all your thoughts and fears down below. I've been your host, Taylor McWaters, and I'll see you next time on Most Amazing.